NCRTM, amplifying your project's impact through accessibility and dissemination. Hello and welcome. We're so glad you're joining us today. My name is Heather Service, and I'm joined by my colleagues Lindsay Rasul and Rachel Romeo. In this session, we're going to explore how you, as a Disability Innovation Fund, DIF, project grantee, can use the National Clearinghouse of Rehabilitation Training Materials, or NCRTM, to make the most of your project's work. We'll cover how the NCRTM can support your team in getting your products out to DIF stakeholders, making them accessible, and sustaining their value long after your grant period ends. Let's dive in. Slide 2, learning objectives. Start by grounding ourselves in what this session is all about. As a DIF grantee, your project is developing many products like tools, documents, and websites. But if no one sees these products or they aren't accessible, they won't have nearly the impact they could. That's where the NCRTM comes in. In this session, we'll walk you through how you can use the NCRTM not just as a place to post content, but as a true partner to help you share your work, access high-quality tools, and extend your impact well beyond your grant period. By the end of this session, you'll know how to submit your products to the NCRTM, where to find the right resources, and how to make your products accessible and easy to use. Most importantly, you'll walk away with a plan for how to make NCRTM part of your ongoing strategy. Slide 3. What is the NCRTM? Established under Section 15 of the Rehabilitation Act, the NCRTM has been around for over 40 years, serving as a trusted source of vocational rehabilitation, or VR, information and tools. The mission of NCRTM is simple. It's the central clearinghouse for VR information for individuals with disabilities, and it offers the VR and education communities a place to contribute new knowledge and gain visibility for their work. It's used by VR professionals, state agencies, technical assistance centers, researchers, educators, businesses, and individuals with disabilities. So whether you're looking to share your project outcomes or learn from others, the NCRTM helps make that possible. Slide 4, the people behind the platform. One of the best parts about the NCRTM is that it's not just a platform, it's a team. Behind the scenes is a responsive group of accessibility specialists, communications professionals, and subject matter experts who understand the work you're doing. Here to support you at every stage, from grant product submission and accessibility reviews to visibility planning and dissemination strategies. Whether you're just getting started or you're looking to amplify your project's impact, we're here to provide knowledgeable, personalized support every step of the way.
This is Lindsay speaking. Slide 5, the value of the NCRTM for grantees. Let's talk about what the NCRTM can do for you. First, it gives you a free federal stage to showcase your work. You've put time and effort into creating products that have value, and this is your opportunity to share them on a national platform. It provides a trusted home for your product so that they can continue making that impact long after your grant ends. That means your products don't sit on a shelf, they stay searchable, accessible, and useful. The products on the NCRTM website are indexed by search engines like Google, which means if someone is looking for resources related to your topic, they're more likely to find your work. When you submit to the NCRTM, your products become part of a broader digital landscape, increasing their visibility. Third, it's a go-to platform for peer-developed tools, models, and practical solutions that DIF stakeholders rely on. And you get to be part of that ecosystem, not just benefiting from others' work, but contributing your own. And finally, you're supported throughout the process. The NCRTM team is here to help you with accessibility, product sharing, and dissemination strategy. Whatever you need to get your work into the hands of the people who need it. So let's pause for a moment and reflect. Think about a product that your team has created this year. Maybe it's a success story, a training, or a recorded webinar. Where is it now? Could someone outside your organization find it and use it? If not, the NCRTM team can help you change that. Slide 6, strategic resource sharing and gathering. Let's talk about one of the most valuable aspects of the NCRTM, the ability to not just share, but to gather. This is a place where you can find high quality tools, trainings, and examples to strengthen your work. Whether it is onboarding new staff, connecting with business partners, or locating evidence-based practices, the NCRTM has more than 3,700 materials in the library, and new materials are being added all the time. You can search by topic, format, or audience. And we've also created curated lists to save you time by grouping top resources around common themes, like artificial intelligence, apprenticeships, labor market information, autism, and mental health. There's also a robust training library with over 300 on-demand sessions, many of which are eligible for CRC credit. Topics range from accessibility to data literacy, and they're designed to support DIF stakeholders at every level. Slide 7, real-world support. If you're not sure where to start or what to look for, don't worry. We can help with that too. The NCRTM team can pull together tailored resources bundled for you, provide a demonstration on how to use the site, or walk through a product you're thinking of submitting to help make sure that it's ready. You're never on your own here. If you have a question or need support, just send us an email at ncrtm@neweditions.net. We're always happy to help.
Thanks, Lindsay. This is Rachel speaking. Slide 8, accessibility, meeting Section 508 requirements. Accessibility is often one of the biggest challenges for grantees and one of the most important responsibilities to ensure project products are usable by everyone. The NCRTM offers a wide range of tools and supports to help meet Section 508 requirements. The Accessibility Resources section of the NCRTM website includes quick remediation guides for formats like Word, PDF, PowerPoint, and Excel, as well as short training videos including one that demonstrates how a screen reader interacts with an inaccessible document. New resources are being added to help expand accessibility support, making it easier to build accessibility into products from the start. And that early planning makes a real difference. One Diff 421F grantee, the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development, is a great example. Through their project, the Evolve Employment Model Demonstration, a 21st century innovative approach to high quality employment, advanced technology careers, and emerging advances in technology, they've shared that their parent website was recognized as one of the most accessible in the state. Why? Because they built accessibility in from the start and made it part of every aspect of their design and communication process. For more complex needs, individualized support is also available. This includes assistance with tables, document structure, writing audio descriptions, or making social media content more accessible. The NCRTM team is available to help grantees ensure their products are ready to share confidently and clearly with all users. Slide 9, Accessibility, Pro Tips. The earlier accessibility is built into your workflow, the easier things will be down the road. Products that already meet Section 508 requirements move through the NCRTM review and publication process more quickly. One common pitfall: submitting a product that isn't accessible. It happens, and the good news is it can be fixed. Each submission is reviewed by a Section 508 accessibility team, and grantees receive detailed, comprehensive feedback to help identify what needs to be addressed. If there are questions about the feedback, or if support is needed to resolve accessibility issues, grantees are encouraged to schedule a technical assistance session. A little help early on can prevent delays and ensure that products are ready to be shared. Slide 10, What you can share: products, tools, and events. Many grantees have developed a wide range of products that DIV stakeholders would benefit from. These include toolkits, training decks, recorded webinars, podcasts, success stories, and even short videos or infographics. But it's not just about products for professionals. If you've created products designed for participants, job seekers, businesses, or partners, they are just as valuable. Whether it's an outreach flyer, a how-to guide, or a participant-facing training video, those types of products can support programs across the country that are serving similar populations. DIF grantees have shared desk guides, promotional articles, and program implementation tools. If it's been helpful to your project, whether for internal teams or public audiences, there's a good chance it will be helpful to someone else. The NCRTM is where you can extend that value and help your work reach a broader audience. You can also use the NCRTM to promote your events, whether they're live or available on demand. Events listed on the trainings and events section of the NCRTM website are shared with a national audience, including through the newsletter and social media channels. Many trainings are eligible for CRC credit, which adds even more value for attendees. Slide 11, myth versus fact. Let's clear up a common misconception. For many years, there was a belief that the only deliverable worth submitting to the NCRTM was the final report, but that's changed. Now, the focus is on sharing throughout the life of your grant, not just at the end. That means you can submit tools, templates, training decks, videos, guides, really anything that captures what your project is learning and creating along the way. The benefit of submitting routinely is twofold. First, it builds visibility and momentum over time. So your work doesn't just make a splash at the end, it stays on people's radar. Second, it allows others to learn from you while your project is still active, which can strengthen collaboration and make a greater impact in real time. The more you share, the more value your project can provide, and the more visible your work becomes. Slide 12, dissemination strategy in action. Dissemination shouldn't be a final task or something you think about only when the grant ends. It's most effective when it's built into your project from inception, when it's intentional, not reactive. To support that planning process, the NCRTM has developed a resource, the Resource Promotion Basics Grantee Product Dissemination Toolkit. This toolkit walks you through key communication concepts, helps you identify your audience, choose the right formats, and develop a practical strategy for sharing your products. It's designed specifically with grantees in mind, whether you're just getting started or refining your outreach efforts. One simple but effective strategy is to build in quarterly check-ins. These can help your team stay on track, reflect on what's been created, and decide what's ready to share. Early and consistent submissions to the NCRTM open the door to broader promotion opportunities. Products shared through the NCRTM can be featured in the monthly newsletter, highlighted on social media, shared on the VR Workforce Studio podcast, and included in curated lists that reach DIF stakeholders. This kind of exposure isn't just about meeting requirements. It helps your project become part of the national conversation. Let's take a moment to reflect. If someone Googled your grant today, would they find your work? If not, this is your opportunity to change that. NCRTM is here to help you stay visible, relevant, and impactful throughout the life of your grant and beyond. Slide 13, how to submit and promote your work. Submitting your product to the NCRTM is a straightforward process, and it's designed to support you at every step. To start, you'll need a few key pieces of information ready: a finalized title and description, a few tags or keywords to help others find your work, the required disclaimer language, and confirmation that your product meets basic accessibility requirements. If you're not sure where to begin with accessibility, don't worry. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. And the NCRTM team can support you through that process. Once you submit your product using the online form, the NCRTM team conducts a thorough review. Each submission is checked for accessibility. If we see something that needs adjusting, we'll follow up with detailed feedback on how to make the product fully accessible. And if the fixes involve more complex remediations, we can work with you through individualized technical assistance to get everything where it needs to be. The goal is to help you share your work as easily and effectively as possible. After it's approved, your product is added to the NCRTM library, and from there, it has the potential to be promoted even more broadly. That includes being featured in the library itself, shared on social media, mentioned in newsletters, highlighted on the VR Workforce Studio podcast, or promoted through partner networks. We've even created material spotlight videos to help amplify DIF products. For example, one spotlight featured Mathematica's systematic evidence review on what works to promote competitive integrated employment. Another spotlight showcased Oregon VR's Inclusive Career Advancement Program, or ICAP, implementation framework, developed in partnership with the Yang Tan Institute on Employment and Disability and Portland Community College. These short, engaging videos break down key takeaways and link viewers directly to the original resources, extending the reach and impact far beyond the initial publication. Sharing your work through the NCRTM opens the door to national visibility and helps ensure your project's impact reaches well beyond your immediate audience. Slide 14, ongoing flexibility. Your submissions aren't locked in. If your project evolves or your products are updated, you can always refresh what you've submitted. You don't have to wait for the end of your grant. If you've created something helpful along the way, we encourage you to share it now and keep building from there. Slide 15, sustaining visibility beyond the grant. Just because your grant ends doesn't mean your work should disappear. When you submit products to the NCRTM, they continue to live on. Your work becomes part of a larger library that other professionals and programs can find, use, and build from. And staying connected is easy. NCRTM's monthly newsletter shares new resources, events, and opportunities. You can also follow us on YouTube and X to see what others are sharing and get ideas for how to promote your own work.
Slide 16, systems demonstration. This is Heather speaking again. Let's take a moment to explore the website. This demonstration will give you a sense of what's available and how easy it is to navigate. We'll walk through how to search for materials in the NCRTM library, submit your own products using the online submission form, access accessibility support tools, explore trainings and events, visit key project pages, including the DIF program section. Let's start with the NCRTM library. From the homepage, use the top navigation bar and select Library. This section contains over 3,700 materials. To search the library, you can use the keyword search bar or apply filters located on the left side of the screen. Filters allow you to narrow results by topic, audience, format, and more. You can also search specifically for DIF-related products using the grant filter. Just select the appropriate DIF grant from the list. Now let's take a look at the online submission form. While you're in the library section, look just below the main title and you'll see a link that reads, Submit Materials to the NCRTM Library. Select this link to access the online form. The form walks you through each required field, such as title, description, audience, and tags. If you need help, there's also a video tutorial available, and we've included a link to that tutorial on the quick link slide at the end of this presentation. Now let's visit the Training and Events section. From the top navigation bar, select Training and Events. This section showcases both upcoming and on-demand events. You can search by keyword or use filters to narrow the list by topic, date, or CRC credit availability. Many of these events offer CRC credits, and this is a great place to share any recorded webinars or live trainings that have been developed by your project. Next, let's go to the Accessibility Resources section. From the top navigation bar, select Accessibility Resources. This section includes a variety of helpful materials we mentioned earlier, such as remediation guides for PDFs and Word documents, video tutorials, and best practices for accessibility. It's a one-stop resource to help you ensure your products are usable by the widest possible audience. Finally, let's visit the Diff Program section. From the NCRTM homepage, scroll down and look for the tile labeled Diff Programs. Selecting this tile takes you to a page with information about all the Diff projects. This includes project summaries, key contacts, and updates from grantee contractors. We're continuing to build out this section, and additional enhancements are planned in the coming months. That's a quick tour of the platform. We encourage you to explore each section and see how it can support your work. And remember, if you'd like a live, personalized walkthrough for your team, feel free to reach out. We'd be happy to schedule one.
This is Lindsay speaking, slide 17. Let's wrap up with a few simple, actionable steps you can take today. First, take a look at the products your project has already created and consider ones that are ready to be shared. Next, reach out to us if you need help. We're always available to talk through accessibility or submission questions. Sign up for the NCRTM newsletter to stay in the loop. And finally, take some time to explore the site. There's a lot to discover, and chances are you'll find something new that can support your work right away. Slide 18, quick links. To help you take action after the session, we've pulled together a set of quick links that are connected directly to the tools and resources we've talked about today. You'll find the Grantee Product Dissemination Toolkit, which provides guidance on how to plan, package, and promote your products. There's also a written submission guide and a video tutorial that walks you step by step through the NCRTM submission process. You can access the online submission form directly, along with instructions on how to complete it successfully. Finally, the NCRTM Accessibility Resource section is included here to support you in preparing products that meet Section 508 requirements. You don't need to remember every detail from today's session. These links are here when you're ready, and they're designed to make the process easier. We encourage you to explore them and don't hesitate to reach out if you need support along the way. Slide 19, contact information. Here's how to stay in touch. You can find everything that we talked about today at ncrtm.ed.gov. If you have questions or you want to connect with our team, just send us an email at ncrtm@neweditions.net. And be sure to follow us on X at RSA_NCRTM and YouTube for updates, new resources, and success stories from across the country. Slide 20, disclaimer. The contents of this presentation were developed under contract 9199-0023 D0037-9199-0024 F0377 from the U.S. Department of Education Department. The department does not mandate or prescribe practices, models, or other activities described or discussed in this presentation. The contents of this presentation may contain examples of, adaptations of, and links to resources created and maintained by another public or private organization. The department does not control or guarantee the accuracy, relevance, timeliness, or completeness of this outside information. The content of this presentation does not necessarily represent the policy of the department. This publication is not intended to represent the views or policy of or be an endorsement of any views expressed or materials provided by any federal agency. Edgar 75.620.